Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Hey Lawn Care Nation, in this video, I'm going to talk about the time when I was out trimming a client's lawn and I came within inches of a face-to-face encounter with a black bear. Coming up. So hey Lawn Care Nation, this incident happened early on in my business, either in the second or third year that I was in business. And it was a day where I had a bit of a scare with a black bear. Now make sure you watch this video all the way to the end where I share some actual video footage of the black bear on that day. So in this particular incident, I went out to mow one of my regular clients' lawns. This was a fairly new client. They had a brand new house. It was either, in that 1-year-old type range, and all of the homes in that neighborhood were in that same 1-year-old type range. And this neighborhood had a lot of other new home development going on. Now this particular customer's home was down at the bottom of a hill on a street that was encroaching upon undeveloped land. In fact, right across the street from these homes was what some people would call a forest. Now my customer's home was the corner lot in this string of homes on this street, and there was a public sidewalk that went along the front of all these homes, then curved up along the side of my customer's property and went up the hill. Now my customer also had a bunch of hedges and bushes and stuff to basically fence in his property, but between the sidewalk and these bushes and hedges there was maybe a foot of grass that ran all along down the property, down the front of the home as well. When you got to the corner at the top of the hill of this particular property, there was his cedar fence, and it continued down along the row of homes. So the fence just continued down, and you would see it would just be fencing off all of the backyards. The properties that were behind this fence and in an open area were basically undeveloped land. It was basically a little pocket of forest in amongst all of these homes. So on this particular day, I parked the truck, I got out and was going to start on the trimming like I usually do. Now I would always start on that 1-foot patch of grass that was between the public sidewalk and the customer's property. I would go up and down and do all the trimming and the edging of this particular patch of grass. So I started out at the front of the house where my truck was parked. I worked my way around the front, around the corner, and then all the way up the hill. As I got closer to the corner of the property line, that intersection between my customer's property and that empty lot behind it, a car was coming down the hill, and I could see it flashing its lights at me and waving his hand out the driver's window. So I just naturally thought this person is probably flagging me down. They want to, get a quote for something. So I let off the throttle so I could hear what he was trying to tell me. And as he got closer, I could hear that he was actually warning me not to go any further. And he was telling me that as I was getting closer to that corner to where the fence was, that there was a black bear on its way in the same direction towards the corner, and that we were going to meet head on within the next 30 seconds or so. And he told me to back away right away. So I took his advice and I went right down the street. I got to the customer's driveway that was midpoint on that hill, and I decided, hey, I'll go into the backyard because it's all fenced off, and it's probably safer for me there because this bear is probably coming down behind me on this sidewalk. So the customer's property, like I said, was all fenced off, and the gate there was locked. I had the key to the property, so I was fiddling around with the gate to get it open. I managed to get it open. I went inside, I shut the gate behind me, and I locked it with the key again. Then immediately after, I heard a noise over my right shoulder. I looked over my right shoulder, and the bear decided not to follow down the street, but instead to turn back and jump over the fence into my customer's backyard. So now here I am, locked in the backyard with the black bear in the yard with me. Luckily, I don't think the black bear noticed me and was just moving along the fence in the direction that it had initially come on the other side of the fence. So I was fiddling, needless to say, with the key, trying to let myself out of the gate again, which I managed to do. I then went immediately to my truck and just jumped inside the truck to sort of calm my nerves down and sort of wait out and think about what to do next. So at this point, I decided to turn the truck around and actually drive down the street and see if I could catch a glimpse of the bear or maybe potentially warn anybody who might be outside in the neighborhood. So as I drove slowly down the street, the bear made an appearance. It popped out in between a couple of houses coming out from somebody's backyard. And I stopped the truck, and he literally crossed the road right in front of me and headed off into a forest that was across the street. Now, I managed to capture some video footage of this at the time, but just keep in mind that this was going on 12 years ago, and smartphones had just come out onto the scene. I had a HTC Windows mobile phone at the time, and although it took some pretty good pictures, the video quality was absolutely terrible. The resolution, I think, was around 240p, so pretty grainy footage, but it gives you a scope of the size of the bear that I'm talking about here. Now, in the footage, you'll see as he crosses the street, I'm in my truck, and you'll even see my Walker owner's hat sitting on my dashboard as I pan the camera and catch a glimpse of this bear. So there you have it, Lawn Care Nation. There's my crazy bear encounter story from when I was out mowing customers' lawns. So if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below and let me know what crazy events have happened to you in your lawn care business. If you like this sort of just another day in lawn care type video, I'll leave another one for you to watch up here in this corner, or I'll leave another one of my other videos for you to watch up here in this corner. So that's it for this one, guys. Here's to wishing you guys all overwhelming success and freedom in your lawn care business. Bye for now.